The Great One thinks he's owned me, but in reality, he's just a damn jabroni. I gotta give the Great One his props. He's got his viewers, he's got his subscribers.
I absolutely love the intro for Monday Night Raw. Dolph Ziggler is trying to convince that Dean Ambrose should not be with the Shield because Seth Rollins didn't text him when he was injured. Seth Rollins didn't bring him flowers. Seth Rollins replaced him with Jason Jordan. How could he? Oh, and by the way, he stabbed you in the back a couple of years ago, but that doesn't matter. He didn't text you. I don't have a funny intro today, so let's start this video with the Brie mode. Welcome everybody to your favorite wrestling show on the internet, Greatness of Wrestling. Today is Tuesday, which means it's going to be Monday Night Raw edition. So let's start with our Monday Night Raw review. So basically the show opened with the Shield cutting a promo and saying that the only thing that matters is that they are champions and they are the only ones who deserve these championships. What about Victor then? Have you ever considered thinking about Victor? My poor guy Victor never held a WWE championship. And it was a very awkward promo because these two were holding these championships in the air while Dean Ambrose was just awkwardly standing right here in the middle of the ring. Isn't that just a little bit weird that Dean Ambrose was kind of the leader of the Shield back in 2013 and now he's the only one without a championship? I should probably mention that the show actually opened with Stephanie McMahon and Baron Corbin, and Stephanie McMahon said that Baron Corbin is going to face the Shield and he needs to find two partners. She's also not very impressed with his work and we're probably getting that Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle rivalry because she said that maybe Kurt Angle needs to go back if Baron Corbin cannot do his job. I'm very excited for that rivalry. The only interesting thing is that both of them are bald right now. Of course, we got that interference from Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, and this was one hell of a promo and one hell of a segment. First of all, I enjoyed this Monday Night Raw. I gotta be honest, I really liked it, and honestly he gave decent reasons to the point where Dean Ambrose was kinda considering it. We will go back to this situation just a little bit later. Then we got that Finn Balor vs Jinder Mahal match. Both are former WWE and Universal Champions, and now they are in a filler of Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor won with a roll-up, and honestly I'm happy that it was a roll-up, not a fair finish, because I kinda feel sorry for Jinder Mahal. I get that he should not be the WWE champion and his title reign really sucked, but I still don't think he should be a jobber or lower mid-carder. I think he has a lot of potential to be a good heel, but right now from what it seems like, he's more of a comedy act than anything else. Dolph Ziggler, I think, kinda succeeded in manipulating Dean Ambrose, and again, Dean Ambrose was considering it. What I also appreciated about Dolph Ziggler's and Dean Ambrose's conversation is the fact that Dolph Ziggler mentioned that both of them were on SmackDown Live, and if you guys remember, that was one of the best rivalries of 2016. Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose, amazing promos. The only minus was the fact that the match sucked. The match on SummerSlam was really bad. Crowd was not into it at all, but the whole storyline was absolutely unbelievable. So I like that they are mentioning it, and I always appreciate the fact that WWE remember that things happen, because most of the time, let's be honest, they would act like that never happened. For example, Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin are now kinda friends, and I've never seen a mention about the fact that these were kind of one of the biggest rivals. Then we got Conor versus Chad Gable, and Conor surprisingly won a match for the first time in a few hundred years. Stupid Conor not giving opportunities to Victor. I don't know where this is going, but basically I've seen many people talking for some reason that Conor is about to get a push in the WWE and get away from Victor. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that should happen, but that sounds rather interesting. Before I continue my WWE Monday Night Raw review, yes, I will be doing a 2K19 career mode series on this channel. I would really appreciate if on October the 5th, you guys would tune in to watch this episode. Let's go back to Monday Night Raw review, and this is where we got that botch. So basically, Brie Bella, of course, Mr. Brie Danielson, whatever, she's doing the yes kicks. Yes, because if you want to get famous, you gotta do your husband kicks. So basically, she did the yes kicks, and not once but twice kicked Liv Morgan right into the face. This was really difficult to watch, and a lot of people are blaming Brie Bella. I honestly don't. This is WWE, this is wrestling. Things like these happen all the time, but lately, ever since Brie Bella returned to the WWE, I think every match she has ever been in lately either ended in a botch or we got a bunch of botches during the match. I think we need to do something about that. Either don't put her in matches and make her into Daniel Bryan's manager, or be more safe or something. I don't know what you need to do. Maybe don't wrestle. I don't know. Putting all the blame on her wouldn't be fair. Things like this happen, so don't be too harsh. Then we got Raw Tag Team Championships, The Revival versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, and this match was really fun. Surprisingly, people were even chanting, "This is awesome." I really enjoyed it as well, and it goes to show you how better Raw Tag Team titles look. I think they never looked better since 2016. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre made these championships prestigious. Another thing that I learned from this, Revival needs to get a push. They really need to. This match was really fun. I don't care about Authors of the Pain or whatever. The Revival is a very good tag team. Ziggler and McIntyre retained their WWE Tag Team Championships with their finisher, of course. Then we got the Kevin Owens show variation with Elias versus Lashley, Leo Rush, and all this complete nonsense of filler. I wouldn't even call this a filler. I would call this Things I Don't Watch Part 1. Then we got another cool segment between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins said that, you know what, we are not using Dean Ambrose, the only one who's being used right here is you. Braun Strowman is using you, he doesn't care about you. Dolph Ziggler is the weak link, you literally carried him out of the match. And yes, he has a point right here. Dolph Ziggler's character is not a monster, big, muscular guy who's going to beat you fair and square, so he is using Drew McIntyre. But I think the way the story should end is Dean Ambrose joining them. I think that's a best way to do it, and we will go back to that a little bit later. And then we got a segment between Drew McIntyre and Dean Ambrose, two guys that are either turning face or either turning heel. So I think one of them is going to switch sides. He pretty much gave other good points for Dean Ambrose why he should not be with the Shield, and he ended this segment by saying that it wouldn't be the first time Seth Rollins stabbed you in the back. That was good. And the main event of Monday Night Raw, The Shield versus Baron Corbin versus Mystery Partners, Authors of Pain. Wow, that was unpredictable. Like we have any more talent on Monday Night Raw. You know what? I thought this was going to be Bo Dallas and Kurt Hawkins. I'm absolutely shocked. Drew, Braun, and Dolph were watching this match. I didn't really care much about this. I was more into what's going to happen after this match, which the Shield won, obviously. And Dean Ambrose was pretty much just sitting in the middle of Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and Dolph Ziggler and the Shield buddies. It was pretty much a moment where he had to decide which team is he going to choose. At the end of it, he chose to be with the Shield, but the whole time he was doing the Shield pose, he was looking at these three guys as well, and it seems like he was thinking about that heel turn. Now here's the thing, I think he should do it. I've said it many times before Braun Strowman was even a part of the group that Dean Ambrose should turn on Seth Rollins and join Ziggler and McIntyre, and hopefully this is going to happen. We will get a decent faction in the WWE. They are either teasing that or they are just doing it so you would watch Australia's Super Showdown and nothing happens. So they're pretty much clickbaiting you. I don't think Dean Ambrose is going to turn heel. I think they're just messing with you, but that would be very cool. So anyway, a decent Monday Night Raw. I would give this Raw 7.5 out of 10. I think segments were great, but matches were really lacking. So I didn't make a review on previous SmackDown Live, but basically Aiden English turned on Rusev. Many people wanted my opinion on this, and I think it is a terrible decision. What is going to happen out of this? They're going to have one pay-per-view match, Aiden English is going to be a jobber or be fired from the WWE, and Rusev is going to be fine but not the same. I gotta say, like 40-50% of Rusev Day's success goes to Aiden English. I think he was the star of this, to be quite honest with you. He had the singing, he had the introductions, he had the voice, whatever. I'm not to say that Rusev was not entertaining, but Aiden English was a huge part of that. So I think this was a terrible decision, and I don't think you can go back. There's this picture going on the internet that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be the special guest referee. So during this Monday Nitro, I was waiting for Stone Cold Steve Austin to return and announce that he's going to be a special guest referee, because honestly this looks very real. So I thought like maybe this is a poster that was leaked, you know, but apparently that's not true. There is an image floating around on social media that is allegedly advertising Steve Austin as the special guest referee for The Undertaker vs Triple H at Super Showdown. That rumor has been confirmed as false, as the image was merely Austin's picture with the text photoshopped onto a real advertisement for the event. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for Greatness of Wrestling SmackDown Live edition as well. Not any promises, but I think today I will upload my other video where basically I will talk about the worst things about WWE 2K19. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow me on social media. Every link is in the description. As always, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs.